I'm gonna do my thumbnail while I'm in front of this green screen because the possibilities are limitless. Just put a map, like I'm pointing to a map. Oh, look at all those planets. Huh. He's like on Naboo and he's like, Padme, we should get pizza. And she goes, what's pizza? Barter for basic supplies from our charming junk lord.
Chakotana, the LA of the Star Wars universe.
Hi everybody, welcome to Millennial Falcon. We're back, we're still here. Today I have Mark Donica.
That's me.
From the Jedi Alliance podcast.
That's right.
What is that?
It's a Star Wars podcast. It's
about Star Wars.
Yeah, with
okay.
Jedi in the name.
So have you liked Star Wars for long or just recently?
As long as I can remember. Star Wars has been a part of my life literally as long as I can remember. So it's always been there for me. And I hope to always be there for it.
You don't sound like a person. It's not like your friend.
No, but there's people involved, you know, like Mark Hamill.
They're not your friends either.
I mean, that's a given, but I hope someday.
Today we're going to talk about Star Wars planets.
Okay.
Traveling from planet to planet. And since we're talking about travel, we actually have a brand new sponsor. So let's roll the ad. Are you looking for the perfect getaway? Tired of skiing the slopes of Hoth or reclining under the waterfalls at Naboo? Do you think Tatooine is too flashy? Then Jakuu is for you. Located in the beautiful and difficult to access Outer Rim, Jakuu is your desert island paradise because it's isolated and it's all desert everywhere. Are you worried about the Empire? Well, don't worry about that on Jakuu. It's a miserable wasteland devoid of any resources, so it's not a military target. So you won't have to worry about this. Aren't you glad you chose Jakuu? See the sights, like barren expanses of desert, Nima Outpost, even more barren expanses of desert, the sinking fields, and the settlement of Tuanul. Subject to availability. Your inner history buff will marvel at the amazingly preserved wreckage of a major battle, and you can take a piece of the action home with you, scavenge your own scrap, either for a souvenir or to barter for basic supplies from our charming junk lord. Then hunker down in your own shelled-out wreckage for some R&R. And all of our accommodations are completely isolated, because that's the only way to keep the muggers and slave traders from ravaging you in your sleep. Jakuu is out of transmission range from most core world planets, so use this opportunity to unplug and get away from it all, especially anyone who might be looking for you or your young, force-sensitive child. Speaking of the kids, you'll be glad you brought them. They can fit into those hard-to-reach places in those fallen Star Destroyers and find some of the best scrap that desperate souls haven't taken yet. Who knows, that might be the only way you get to eat tonight. It's the very best in family bonding. And barring that, you can just kind of leave them here when you go. Come meet the charming locals. Sample the exotic cuisine. Did I mention there's a desert? There's so much desert. It's everywhere. It never ends. It just goes on for miles and miles, every direction. Book your trip today and find out why everyone wants to get back to Jakuu. Did you love that?
I did.
Did you notice it wasn't a real sponsor? Because no one will sponsor us. It was just a fake thing that I made.
It was a great job. You should be proud of yourself.
I am. Well, let's talk about some planets. So, we have a lot of different planets to consider in the Star Wars universe. What planet do you think you would live on?
Live on Naboo.
Naboo?
More than likely.
Are you just gonna pick Naboo for everything?
Now I'm not.
Because Naboo is objectively like the one good planet.
Yeah.
They just made one romantic, beautiful planet and a bunch of other planets that are miserable.
They made it look as idyllic as possible. There's like some sweet night spots where you can go out to dinner with your loved ones.
You can go kayaking, roll around in fields of flowers.
Picnics?
Yep, wander these beautiful palaces. It does have Otoh Gunga though. That's like its dirty secret.
How is that a dirty secret though?
Would you go there?
I would totally visit. That'd be like a maybe not like a Disneyland trip, maybe like a trip to San Diego, sort of a thing, since we're in the Southern California area. A different culture, different sort of a place.
I feel
nice
like
change of
Otoh
scenery.
Gunga is like the Alaska of Naboo, where like they'll pretty much pay you to move there, like as long as you're bringing some kind of profession that'll help people.
Like they're doing.
Do you know any skills that would help people?
Just
for the sake of this example,
for the sake of this example, yeah, I can help build houses.
You can build houses?
You said for the sake of this example.
You don't actually have that skill.
Oh God, no.
You just watch Star Wars and talk about it.
That's me. In that case.
So let's look at some other planets.
Let's do that.
So you can't go to Naboo. Just crossing that one right off.
Just get rid of it.
What about Tatooine? Do you live on Tatooine?
God, no. It's a desert wasteland.
It's a bit judgy.
I mean, if Naboo's going to be judgy about me, I feel like I can be judgy about other planets.
Honestly, with your skill set, that might be the only attainable place is to farm moisture on the desolate landscape of Tatooine.
All types can go to Coruscant. You know, Coruscant's got
That's actually the billboard when you fly into Coruscant.
all
types can go to Coruscant.
I would go to Coruscant, yeah.
You'd be in the lower levels where there's crime and you'd get mugged.
I mean, that makes sense.
Stabbed.
That, for my skill set, that works.
Your skill set is getting stabbed.
Yeah, stabbed,
I should have put that when I introed you. I should have mentioned that as your skill.
Master of getting stabbed.
Well, they have another good planet, Scarif, but it's kind of owned by the Empire.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
I was kind of wondering that if the reason all the planets seem miserable is that the Empire just claimed every good one.
It's like we have our headquarters in the city, but we've got a branch office in like Cozumel
on a beautiful island.
A couple of the only places that would have culture, like Takodana, like you go to visit Maz Kanata's pub, you know, that try to get a table.
That's pretty much it.
That's all they got. And I would presume a large spaceport.
Nope.
No? Where people
Everyone just crashes into the trees.
Or like park it right next to the bar so
it's kind of like LA.
Yeah.
You have to park like 3 blocks away and pay $20 an hour.
Takodana, the LA of the Star Wars universe.
It is. What about Hoth? Would you vacation there? I feel like it would be like the swanky, like going to the Alps to ski, but it's Hoth.
I think it would be more like, it would be the perfect location for one of those like ice hotels. That's everything's ice.
Oh yeah, where like it's only for like very wealthy people that like to pay a lot of money to be miserable on vacation because they can afford so many vacations they can sink a couple that aren't fun.
Yeah, let's never be warm while we're on vacation. We don't see anything on Hoth other than a base and a cave. So I don't know where I would even visit. If there's like a sweet town on the other side of the planet.
There is, that's actually where Santa Claus lives in the Star Wars universe.
What?
So Santa's Village is like a cute little theme park, and you can like drink hot cocoa and meet the elves.
What?
And meet Santa Claus himself. What about Mustafar?
The only place to live is Darth Vader's sweet castle, but he only built that after
Palpatine said Mustafar was very safe, but I doubted him.
No,
he literally went, "You'll be safe there. It's a lava volcano planet." It's like, they're not selling me on this, man.
No, I'm sure there was one person in that confederacy that's like, I'm not going.
What about Kamino?
What about Kamino? It's a raining planet with small bases.
Do we know if it rains all the time or if Obi-Wan's just sad?
It would sort of follow the cloud of confusion. A rain planet disrupts all sensors and stuff, so you can't get a read of anything that's happening.
It's weird that rain ruins all sensors. I would think the Star Wars tech is very like high tech.
Yeah, at least waterproof.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would want to go to Kamino other than for business.
I would go to Kamino. I like when it rains. It's nice when you're inside.
You would love how it rains every single day?
I don't like to be like out in it, but yeah, you know, like when you're home and it's raining and you hear the rain outside and you're like, I'm not in that.
And you get like Postmates so that you don't have to go outside for food or anything?
Yeah, and for some reason, instead of having like eateries within this complex, you do have to order takeout every time.
I do it just for the fun.
You have a good excuse for pizza every day.
Yeah, there's always an excuse for pizza every day.
Not if you're on Naboo. They actually don't have pizza on Naboo.
You're just trying to sell me off of Naboo.
No, that's canon. That's in an EU book.
That's an EU book. They don't have pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anakin, he's like on Naboo, and he's like, Padme, we should get pizza. And she goes, what's pizza?
If this is in universe and I'm in a world without pizza, unless it's outlawed, I'd bring it to Naboo.
It's outlawed.
It's outlawed on Naboo? Why would pizza, what's the point of going to Naboo?
It's so outlawed, they don't speak of it anymore. That's why Padme didn't know what it was, and she's the queen. It's on a need-to-know basis.
It's not even in the inner cabal?
Did you understand my pizza pun? A
yeah.
need-to-know basis?
Yeah.
If I had said need-to-dough basis, would you have gotten it better?
A little bit faster.
A need-to-dough basis.
A little slow on the uptake over here.
Okay, I'll say it now. A need-to-dough basis. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd probably move to Bespin.
Bespin or Cloud City? on Bespin.
Yeah, I don't know what the ground looks like on Bespin.
There isn't.
And I just don't really like cities. I like suburbs. Where's our suburb planet?
That's why I think Naboo with the country. And I keep going back. I know. I'm sorry.
Naboo is gone. They blew it up.
But
they blew it up. Move on.
Maniacs.
They blew it up.
Other
than
that
the
stupid,
awful
ones.
planet they had the farm on in Rogue One. The prairie planet. That's like your Anne of Green Gables planet, and then it also has craggy mountains. Like all the landscapes are very like samey. It's like you have Snow Planet where it snows all the time.
There's not a lot of variety.
No, yeah, you have Desert Planet where it's all desert. And like Earth would just blow their minds.
That's all in the same place?
Right?
You know what I wish there was? I wish there was a planet of just idle podcast games.
Oh, I have one of those.
Oh, really?
Not a planet, but an idle podcast game.
That sounds great.
Yeah, let's play it now.
Sounds great.
So this game is called Galactic House Hunters.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen House Hunters?
Yeah.
Yeah, today you're gonna be the realtor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be your client. I will describe my needs, and you're gonna try to sell me on a house on this particular planet, okay?
Sounds good, yeah, let's try that.
So your first planet is Kashyyyk, the
Okay.
Wookiee home planet. And I am an Imperial Vice Admiral with very bad allergies.
So we have hypoallergenic cabins available with all of the amenities, but it maintains the rustic charm of the area with a little bit of cultural pieces here and there with just the right amount of imperial qualities that you might be looking for.
Yeah, you had kind of a Freudian slip where you said it was extremely musty on this planet. Is that because it has giant furry beasts living on the whole thing?
I mean, that's
Why did
part
you
of
pick this planet for me? I told you I have horrible allergies.
Well, it's away from the main Wookiee tribes. So it still has all of the beauty of the planet, but the must is elsewhere.
Okay, well, next planet, you are gonna sell me a house in Otoh Gunga.
Okay.
And I'm a 24-year-old unmarried bounty hunter. And I'm still young and free and wild, and I like a lot of excitement, a lot of nightlife. What have you got for me?
Well, if you're looking for a lot of nightlife, Otoh Gunga is perfect for that because it's night all the time.
Otoh Gunga, isn't that at the bottom of an ocean?
It's at the bottom of the ocean. That's correct.
What does my house look like? Is it like a weird bubble? I value my privacy because I'm a bounty hunter and I've murdered a lot of people.
There's like a privacy force field that you can activate and deactivate at your whim if you want to look up at the sea and through the sea into the stars. You can just sort of, it's like a sunroof sort of a thing, a water roof, I suppose.
I feel like my claustrophobia would just be really bothered by that.
Yeah.
Seeing ocean all around me, especially because I can't swim.
This is a terrible idea.
Your next location is an asteroid with a giant space slug living inside of it. And I am Chewbacca's wife, who has her heart set on a plantation-style house with a reading nook.
There's one opening. It's got an amazing view of the stars.
That means I'm excited. That sounds great.
It sounded like a very excited Wookiee growl.
Go on.
There's a lot of room. Like, do you have children?
Yes.
There's a lot
I
of
have
room.
4 children.
4 children. That's wonderful. Like all of these, there's plenty of room for running around, playing out on the surface. Then I'll keep going.
That sounds great. Your next planet is Starkiller Base.
Okay.
And I am an entire French orphanage run by nuns from the planet Earth. Bonjour.
Bonjour. All right. So, sister, I understand you're looking for a new location for the children and yourself and the...
Yes.
Okay. So, I figure you want to keep them safe. So...
Someplace they can play.
Okay.
And we can walk to the market and buy baguettes.
So what I can offer is there's this location that's... The children will be safe no matter what. They'll have plenty of adult supervision and a lot of good role models to...
I'm just, if we can break character for a second.
Sure,
I'm shocked and appalled that you're trying to encourage children to live on Starkiller Base, which you know is going to get blown up.
Yeah.
How dare you? How could you do this?
I got lost in the character, I'm sorry.
Your character's not a very good person.
No.
Those children are going to die, and the nuns along with them. Shame upon you. All right, your last location is Coruscant.
Okay, Coruscant.
Planet, and your client is a giant screaming rancor.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a great place to scream, destroy things.
All right.
I like to wave my arms and wreck stuff.
Are you sort of a person who just like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well,
The longer I'm in your office, the more stuff I'm destroying.
as long as you don't
There
throw
goes your desk.
This is oh no, not my desk.
Your
I've
desk.
got papers on that.
Not anymore.
Oh no, they're ripped.
I mean your papers.
That was my
Yum.
that was my vacation request. How dare you?
Papers. Oh, a picture of your wife.
No.
He's already killed you by this point anyway.
Oh, cool.
So I guess that ends the game.
Yeah, with
Most
death.
of my mini games end with the characters dying. I like to wrap everything up in a neat little bow, like Rogue One.
Yeah. So we're going to like a beach and we're just gonna look at the sun for a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
You should go to a beach by yourself.
I
Because it's time for me to read my audience's general grievances.
Oh.
And I want you gone for that.
So you want me to leave?
Yeah, so you can go now. Good up. Goodbye.
Okay.
Yes, please see yourself out.
Yeah. Taking Kylo though.
All right, let's see what our comment section said this week. Our first comment is from Nathan Blaisdell. Nathan said, Jenny, if you could go on a date with any Star Wars character, who would it be and why? Also, what would you eat? I would go on a date with Emperor Palpatine because I can change him. And we'd probably eat pizza as long as we weren't on Naboo. But he doesn't play by the rules, so he could hook me up with some pizza. Next we have Matt the Kitania. Matt says, what happens to the show when you run out of Star Wars stuff to talk about? I totally didn't think of that. Actually, this was my last idea, so this is probably the last episode that we'll ever have. Okay, next we have Hans Skylander, and Hans says, so Jenny seems cool and not awkward or weird at all. If I had one criticism, she definitely needs to get a tan. Come on, girl, you live in LA. Well, I'd like to go outside and get a tan, but I don't have building access here, so if I leave, I can never come back. So I just live here. I just crouch in the shadows. So that doesn't make you very tan. And our last comment is from Tyler Ingram. Tyler said, if you had a gun to your head and you have to quote any Star Wars movie perfectly to live, which movie would it be? I already know that I'm gonna lose this game because I don't know any of them verbatim. So I guess in that case, I'm gonna pick Caravan of Courage, the Ewok Adventure, because at least no one will judge me, and maybe the person who has a gun to my head hasn't seen it, so they'll just be like, I guess that sounds legit. Plus most of it's Ewok noises, so I might make it out of this alive. Okay, that's all of them. So if we do ever have any more episodes, if we don't run out of Star Wars ideas, we'll be back next week. So leave some really nice comments down below. There's a box, you can type comments in it, and I will read them. Okay, that's everything. Goodbye, everyone. Bye. Bye.